Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we will discuss another important module in marketing in Dynamics 365. Marketing is very important in every business, whether it is small scale industry or medium scale or large scale industry. So Dynamics 365 or Microsoft has introduced Microsoft Dynamics 365 marketing to manage all the marketing needs. We have a important module inside marketing called as event planning, called as event management. For every business, you set up many events, right? Whether it is a business briefing or whether it is a conference, right? So every time you create business, so how to manage that? You have to open the Microsoft Dynamics 365 marketing app and click on the sitemap to choose event planning. There are most of the entities are available which is used to manage our manage our entities. So first is events, where you can choose events and event registrations. Then inside participants we have speakers and check-ins, and in venue management we configure buildings, then layouts and rooms inside that building. Then we also have managing logistics. If some external speakers are coming to your event to present something, we can manage the logistics also, and we have also sponsor to manage. Now let us start with configuring different elements in the event management. First we will focus on venue management, where we will configure a building first. So give a building name. Let me give a building name. For example, try to give a building name which is very unique, or whatever the building name you have already given to the building, you have to provide the name. It's not that it is building 1 or common hall or something. You do not give like that. So let's say I want to give the building name as Magic Building, as I know that my building name is Magic Building. So I can define the capacity. What is the total capacity of the building? That means capacity means total number of people or person can be there in the building. And total number of rooms is a rule of thumb which is calculated automatically as per the rooms allocated in the building. Next, you can define the cost of the building. Let's say it is 5,000, and you can define some descriptions of the building, whether it is for event setup or anything. You can describe something in the building. And every building must have some addresses. It's not that must have, you should give the proper address lines for your building, because building is a physical entity that is available in a location, right? So you have to, let me use the address. I have some sample address I can provide here. And you have to also specify the facilities that are available in the building, right? If you have Wi-Fi available in that building, click yes. Accordingly, if Wi-Fi is available, you have to provide the Wi-Fi SSID and Wi-Fi password, so that whenever the building is accessible by the event users or event team members, they can access, they can use that password and Wi-Fi SSID. If your building is having disabled person access, then you have to provide yes. If it does not support disabled person access, then you can click no. So these are all the features or facilities that you can provide for your building that supports, right? If you have disabled parking, you can click yes, otherwise mark it as no. If it is accessible toilet, you can also mark it as yes. Then contact building. You have to choose, it is also best practice that give the telephone numbers of the building, because the building must have some landlines, right? Someone can call that building. So you can provide multiple telephone numbers or email IDs which is dedicated for the building. If someone wants to communicate with that building, they can send an email or do a phone call using these telephone numbers. And if there is a website that is managed by the building, you can create a website or define the web address here for that building. Now so you have to provide a primary contact for the building, because when someone will contact someone for the building to manage an event or to set up an event, he should contact to a person, right? So you have to choose a primary contact from this lookup. So choose the header and select a primary contact from this list. So you might have created an existing contact which will represent as a primary contact for the building. So the primary contact is nothing but a record from contact entity. Next, we have to add rooms. If you are creating a building, you have to add rooms because so that you can assign the rooms to specific events, right? So create new rooms by navigating to the rooms tab, and here you can provide the name of the room. Let's say I want to create a room in my building called as conference room, and what is the capacity? 200 is the capacity, people capacity or candidate capacity. And you can provide some descriptions. If the room is enabled for disabled person access, click yes, otherwise no, and define a primary contact. Again, for that room you can assign a primary contact, right? So that directly you can contact that person for that room instead of the entire building. So you can add new rooms again. Let me add a new room for meeting room in that building. So I have two rooms in that building. One is a meeting room, another is conference room. Meeting room capacity is 300 people or 300 candidates, and disabled access, yes, I have access for disabled persons. So I have created two rooms here, right? So you can create your own building and associate multiple rooms in that building, and you can mark here if you observe the number of rooms, it is automatically updated as 2 because it is a roll up field which will roll up the number of rooms associated with the building. Then we have to create some layouts, right? You can create rooms by navigating to the rooms sitemap sub area. Okay, otherwise you can use the rooms tab from the building record. You can create a layout, right? Layout specifies that how much area is usable and what is the total square meter that is usable area and what is the area that is for disabled access. So all things is available in the layout. So let us choose a room. Let's say I want to define a layout for the meeting room. So choose meeting room and define the capacity 300. And if you choose 400, it will show error, right? Because the total capacity of the room is 300. You cannot specify 400 here in the layout. So either it will be 300 or 200 or less than 300. Usable area, you can provide what is the square foot of the room, and you can provide some descriptions here as a meeting room or something. And if the room is supporting disabled access, disabled person access, click yes, and if it is no, press no. If disabled access yes, you have to provide the disabled capacity and details, right? And next is floor plan. Floor plan should tell that what is the type of the room, whether it is U type or whether it is oval type. So U type is like meeting room, right? Whether it is banquet hall, so you have to mention the floor plan and define the room layout name, for example meeting room for meeting room layout for Magic Building, and save it. So I have successfully created a layout for my meeting room in my building. So this is how you can create multiple buildings, and inside buildings multiple rooms and layouts for specific rooms. This is how venue management works in event planning module. Next we will see how different speakers or different events can be created and set up on the building that we have created, right? Let us navigate to the event and create a new event. You can create an event from a template also. So choose a event name. Let's say I want to choose an event name, for example summer fall corporate, let's remove this, summer fall corporate seminar. And I can choose the event type. You can choose event type whether it is executive briefing or conference or training or webcast or demonstration. So I can choose a conference because I want to set up a event for conference. This registration count and check-in count will be automatically calculated as per the child records, registration records. And next is schedule. In the schedule section, you can define what is the event time zone and start date of the event and end date of the event with timing. Next, in the if this event is a recurring event, if this event is running for a long period of time in daily basis, you have to choose this is a recurring event option, and otherwise do not switch on, because recurring means repeating. If your event is repeating in daily basis, use recurring. Otherwise no need to enable this recurring option. But if you enable recurring option, you have to provide the details about the recurrence, right? Next is, if you want to stream the event using Microsoft Teams, you have to enable the Teams. Then choose the locations, in which room, which building, which layout you are going to set up this event. The building is Magic Building, room is Meeting Room. I want to set up an event in the meeting room with the layout already given for the meeting room layout. Here you can provide the maximum capacity of the venue constraint, because the maximum capacity is 300, right? So I can define 300. If there are some more members are there to join out of the capacity, then you can provide whether waitlist this event or not, so that the members which are exceeded, they will wait for the event. And next is, do you want to stream this using Microsoft Teams? Then you can mark it as yes. You switch the toggle to yes, so that it will create a team webinar in the Microsoft Teams calendar. Okay, you can check the option change meeting as yes if you want to change the granular level of settings of the Microsoft Teams meeting. Okay. Next, once it is done, you have to save the event. There are many things in the event we have to do, but right now just create an event and let us see what others we have to configure in the events. Next is, we will create some speakers, right? In the event, in every event we have sessions, right? So an introduction session, then the conference session, there will be a speaker which will start the keynote. Okay, so keynote speaker can be there. So go to the participant section and add some speakers. Okay, so give a name of the speaker here. Let's say keynote speaker. And once you choose a keynote, once you define a speaker, you have to choose a contact from the contact entity. You should have already created the speaker as a contact in the contact entity, so that you can choose in this lookup. So speaker are nothing but contact records, right, of the individuals. So you can define the title, email, then type of the speaker, whether it is internal speaker or external speaker, because sometimes business wants to hire or wants to buy the external speakers to speak in the event, right? So in that cases, you have to use the type as external speaker. Otherwise, if the speaker is from your internal company, then you choose internal speaker, right? External speaker requires so many things like logistics, right? They have to travel to your company, they have to stay somewhere in the hotel, you have to manage the fooding things and the airline tickets. So many things are there, and hotels set up for accommodation, right? So all these facilities are there to configure, like hotels and check-ins and registrations, allocations. So we'll see that. So use blog and write down about accomplishments. If the speaker is a Microsoft certified trainer, you can provide Microsoft certified trainer. If he is an MVP, provide MVP. So all the accomplishes, achievements of the speaker you have to mention here in details, then save it. So we have created a speaker right now, but we have to engage the speaker with an session of an event, right? Otherwise, how to connect a speaker with event? That can be done using speaker engagement option. So go to the speaker engagement and create a new speaker engagement. But new speaker engagement requires a session from an event. So we have not created sessions in the event. So go to the event and create some sessions so that we can allocate or we can engage the speaker in that session. Now you can ignore this and go to the event area to create some sessions. So go to the event and open the event that we have just created. Now here, if you go to the agenda, you will find sessions area. Here I can click on new sessions to add a new session to my event. So I can provide a session title, for example, introduction. Introduction is a session in my seminar, and that will be, the starting time will be 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on the same day. Publishing status is live. Do you want to stream this session? Yes, I want to stream this session. So I can define the building again. Which building, which room, right? You can define meeting room or conference room. But when we choose meeting room, it is telling that the room is already reserved for the selected time frame. So for this time frame, we have already managing the event in that room. So you remove the room. Room is not required, so it is optional. So just remove this. Now you can save the building. You can also remove the building association for this session. So we can associate this session with an event already associated. So no need to specify the room explicitly here. Now once these sessions are created, I have just created one session. You can create your multiple sessions, and inside sessions we have also tracks, right? One track, second track, you can create some breaks in the tracks, right? So you can create session tracks, but I don't want to create right now because my event is not having multiple tracks in a session. So one session I have created. Next, speaker engagement. I can use this subsection or section speaker engagement in the event. Otherwise I can go to the event, I can go to the speaker and again navigate to the speaker engagement tab to create a new speaker engagement. Now let me open the speaker and go to speaker engagement and create a new speaker engagement. Here I can choose the event and session is introduction. And what is the name of the speaker engagement? I can give here keynote speaker engagement. And you can define the speaker cost, right? So what is the cost of the speaker that you have to pay for? Now in the calendar, in the speaker engagement calendar, the entry is added with timing. Okay. If you want to edit the timing also, you can click on edit and change the timing and save and close. Now speaker is defined and speaker is associated with the event, right? This is how we do speaker engagement. Next is hotel room reservation. Yes, because it is a external speaker, I want to accommodate hotel for the speaker, right? So before hotel room reservation, we have to define some logistics. First, define a hotel group using event vendors. Go to the event vendors and define a type of event vendor, whether you are trying to create a hotel group vendor or a airline vendor or a rental or car provider vendor or food caterer. I want to create a hotel group provider, event provider. So choose a account. Remember, event vendors are stored in account entity. So if you are creating an event vendor, that vendor should be available as an account record in the account entity. Now choose a account, let's say Fabricam Incorporation, and this Fabricam Incorporation, which is available in the account entity, is a hotel group of hotel, and here I can define the name of the hotel group, let's say Fabricam hotel group, and save it. Now inside this event vendor hotel group, I can add multiple hotels in this group. So I can add new hotel for this hotel group, for example East Kolkata East Kolkata hotel. This is one hotel for this Fabricam hotel group, because you know that hotels are group of hotels, right? So one group of hotel is having multiple hotels associated with that group. So that's the concept we are doing here. So East Kolkata hotel, Fabricam hotel group, and I can define a primary contact to whom we will contact for the event setup or for the accommodation for the speaker. We can provide the facilities that the hotel provides, then save it. We can add multiple hotels for this hotel group, right? I want to create another hotel for this hotel group. For example, High Rise Hotel. I will give a name, and High Rise Hotel for Mumbai, and define some facilities and address of the hotel. This is in Mumbai, so I can provide the Mumbai here, and city I can provide, and country I can provide. So the point here is, in a real scenario, multiple hotels are associated with a hotel group. So in Dynamics 365 marketing event management, we inside logistic we create the event group, and inside the event group we create hotels to the associated event group or event vendor edge type hotel group. Now let me go to the speaker for a reservation. So go to the hotel room. Now before reservation, you have to allocate hotel rooms to an event first, right? Until unless you allocate hotel rooms to an event, you cannot reserve a hotel. So go to hotel reservation, hotel room allocation inside logistic, and choose the event and define the hotel in which you want to allocate some rooms. So I'll select the High Rise Hotel Mumbai and define the room type. How many rooms I want to assign? Let's say room type is luxury suite, and number of rooms I want to allocate to the event is 5. So from the High Rise Hotel Mumbai, I am allocating 5 rooms which are luxury suite type to the summer fall corporate seminar event. Then as because we have allocated 5 rooms, from that 5 rooms you can reserve some rooms for your speakers or for your attendees. So now save it. Now new hotel room allocation is created automatically, right? And here number of rooms is allocated is 5, and in the top right corner in the header you will see number of rooms reserved 0, number of rooms left 5. So out of the 5 rooms, no rooms are reserved till now. Now let us go to the speaker and reserve one hotel room by clicking the hotel room reservation and new hotel room reservation. Choose the hotel room allocation record that we have created. You can choose by the ID. The ID is the last one, HRA LIG and something. So this is the room allocation, right? And this room allocation contains 5 rooms. So from this 5 room I want to allocate, right? Here you can validate the name so that you can choose the correct room allocation from the room reservation record. So here I can choose the last one and provide any reward program numbers or special requests for this reservation, and click on save and close. So I have reserved one room from the room allocation from the High Rise Mumbai hotel for the speaker. Now if I will go to the room allocation record and I will refresh that, I can see the reserved count is 1 and number of room left is 4. So if you refresh, you can see the roll of fields. What is the number of, you can see here, if you recalculate it will provide 1. So number of rooms reserved is 1, number of rooms left is 5. Now you understand how room is allocated, hotel is configured, event vendors are configured as hotel group, and room is reserved by your speakers or attendees, right? Next thing is we can create some I will go to the event and configure other things. So event vendor is used to define different types of vendors, whether it is hotel group or airline or other type of vendors. Now open the active speaker And in the speaker engagement, you can see we have defined the speaker engagement and the event history and the session history also, that will display in the section. And we have defined the hotel room reservation for the speaker, because this speaker is external speaker to travel and accommodate in the hotel. Now in the check-ins also, you can create records once the speaker is checked into the hotel room, right? You can provide the registration ID, event registration. So once the event registration is done, you can create a check-ins, right? So check-ins is nothing about the hotel check-ins by your external speakers or external attendees. Now there is also a section called sponsorship. In many events we have many sponsors, right, which provides or which sponsor some monetary value, or which sponsor some services like that, or some furnitures, they can provide some facilities. So you can define some sponsors. Let's say I want to create a prime sponsor for my event, and I have chosen the event, and event sponsor is a account record. Now here I can choose sponsor type as whether monetary, service, or equipment. So when someone sponsor something, he can sponsor by giving some money to you, or by providing some service, or by providing some facilities or equipments. Now here you can choose the type of a sponsor, whether it is platinum or gold. Then automatically event details will be copied here using a quick view form. Now we have created a sponsorship. If there is any sponsorable articles to be included, you can include. For example, if someone is sponsoring a book, that will be presented in the event and given a prize to someone, that article should be attached to the event, attached to that option. Which option? That sponsor article option, right? Now in the events, I can verify what other things we have left. We have done sponsors, we have done sessions and all that. Next is additional information. I can go to additional information and define some expected outcome of this event, whether the expected outcome is 90% or 100%. What is the goal of this event? What is the financial of the event? What is the target revenue? And what budget is allocated for this event to set up, right? So all these things will be depicted or configured here. Revenue from sponsorship automatically coming from the sponsorship, right? 3000. And you have to also mention the event venue cost, right? Venue cost is 5000 because the building cost is 5000, automatically coming here, right? So this costing or this financials should be recorded in the event additionals information. If there are any event team members also, you can add existing team members for this event, right? But before that, you have to create some event team members so that you can associate inside your event, right? You can go to the event team member section to add a event team member record. So click new and define some contacts. Let's say this is the contact. And member type, what is the member type? Let's say it is internal team member. What is the role? So you have to define what is the role of the team member, right? Once it is defined, you can again reserve hotels for your event team members, because if your event team member is also external, you have to reserve some rooms, right? And then you can choose some additional information like which event the event team member is associated. If you refresh, once the event is associated in the subgrid, it will display in the subgrid information, right? Also it will display in the event area section, related events. So I can go to the event to rest of the to configure the rest of the things. So open the event. Then next we will go to additional information to verify. You see the event team member is associated here in the event automatically. And here in the calendar content, when the Microsoft Teams email will be sent to the participants, what should be the content? You can customize the content of the email that will be provided here in the text only calendar option or in designer, right? Whatever content I will write here, that will be displayed in the email body, right? You can save it. Now once it is saved, the next important thing is website and forms, right? You can define some expected outcome of the event. If you understand that 90% will be the outcome, and we can generate sales or leads, we can provide 90%. And you can also check the room reservation for this event, how many rooms are reserved for this event. Meeting room is reserved already. Next is website and forms. You can navigate to the related options, of course, from the event. But next important thing is, and in the registration and attendance, you can create some passes. Every event must have some passes, right? You might have some VIP passes that you want to provide with some value. For example, the number of passes allocated is 200. I want to create 200 or 20 VIP pass whose value is 100 rupees, right? So I can create a VIP pass, 20 number of VIP passes with each 100 rupees, right? So that whenever someone register using your registration form for your event, they have to pay 100 to attend the event, right? Then other things like event registrations and check-ins will be automatically updated when users registers. Next important thing is website and form. In this website and form, you have to define whether you want to choose an event image. If you want to upload an image, custom image to display on the registration form for your customers or for users, or for public users, you can choose an image, upload an image, and that image will be used in the portal which display the registration form, right? So we will see that. Let us choose this image as the event image. Then once you save, automatically the link of the URL will open for registration. You can define this set registration end date. If you want to display your registration closing date on your registration form, event registration form, you can define here. Let's say closes online registration on this date and time, you can define here. If registration closed already and a customer loads the portal or URL to register, which message it will display, you can define here. Let's say registration closed. Enable captcha option will display while registering. If you do not want to enable, just switch off this. Then if you want to add any custom registration field, by default first name, last name, email ID are captured in the registration. But if you want to add more custom fields to capture, you can add custom fields. Let me add a gender field so that I want to capture what is the gender of the customer, and I can mark it as required or optional by using is required option yes. And type, you can choose whether it is multiple choice or string. Let's say I want to display multiple choice and it will display male and female option. Now the custom field is created for this event. Order I can define 1 and save and close. So I have defined a custom field for my registration form to capture gender information. Now once it is done, you have to click go live. Once you are ready with everything, you have to click on go live so that your event will be published, right? And before publishing, as a marketing personnel or event planner, you have to follow this business process. It's not mandatory, but it is best practice that you follow all the steps and define whether everything is completed or not, whether preliminary things are completed, stage is completed, whether all the agenda of the events are completed, right? So mark it is completed if it is completed. If it is not completed, mark it is not complete, incomplete. At any time you can navigate to preliminary stage to agenda stage and then organize stage, right? So business process flow actually streamlines whether you are missing anything or not, right? So if you miss anything, this can be captured in the business process flow, right? So we can follow this business process flow to complete it. So you can choose in the organize whether primary venue is selected or not. If it is selected, which is the primary venue, the primary venue is Magic Building, right? So whether book rooms is completed or not, yes, completed. Have you scheduled the session? Yes, completed. Catering required? No. Guest logistics? No. Yes. So guest logistics is required. So if it is required, it will enable another stage called as guest logistics. So according to the selection of the value, the stages will appear and disappear. So you can choose the promote option, whether you have planned the registration completed or not, whether you send an event invitation or not to your customers. Have you developed a marketing plan? Yes, completed. So this will help you to do a checklist whether something is completed or not. Okay, if you have to notify some authorities for your event, whether you have notified it or not. If it is completed, mark it as completed. And then the next stage is post-event stage. Post-event stage cannot be completed until unless I capture some leads. Once it is done, we will go to the post-event and do that. Now, once click the go live, it is telling that your event is going live shortly. So after some seconds, you will see it will generate a link of the registration form for your event. Now go to the event again by refreshing to copy the event link. Now click on the website and form. You see in the event URL, it will generate a URL. If you click that URL, it will open the portal page where users can register. And this is the image I have uploaded as a event image. Here you can see it displays all the sessions, who are the speakers, what are the past information available, and the cost, and who are the sponsors. So everything is detailed in the portal page, so user can register, right? Let me go to another incognito window and hit the URL, because this URL is now public, anyone can access to register. So let me click register. Okay, once you click register, you can define the name, first name, last name, and email address by selecting a pass. Okay, now here I can define the email address and the pass, and define the gender. You see in the gender, the male female is showing as a comma, so we have done some mistake, right? So while creating the field, custom field in the event, you have to press enter, so each item should be in the different line. So stop the event from go live. To edit the custom field, go to the additional information, and in the custom field try to edit this. Now here I can edit the custom registration field. Instead of giving male comma female, use male, enter female, and save it. Once it is changes is done, you have to go to the event to mark it as again go live. Go to the event and mark it as go live, and refresh the form, registration form, so that you can see the gender field with multi-option set. Now go to the event and registration form and refresh it. Now you can see in gender you can choose one, either male or female, right? So you can choose, let's say, give some demo registration name, Rakesh Kumar, and let's say I'm using my email ID for example, and select a pass, VIP pass for 100, and choose male, and provide the captcha here. You have to provide the proper captcha, otherwise the registration will not be completed, and it will be something correctly done, 3K, and click on checkout. Once you check out, it will show the payment gateway, payment information. You have to pay the 100 rupees for VIP pass. Now if you click emulate payment, it will show we are having some trouble communicating with the server. Normally what happens, if you are working on the demo, you have to enable some setting called as demo payment in the event registration or event administration section. Otherwise it will not work properly, right? And once the user is registered, you will find all the users in the registration and attendance tab of the event, and all the users are recorded in the event, then you can convert to the lead. So the end portion of this event management is to generate your leads so that you can sell something to your customers, right? So if you want to enable demo payment, you check my blog. I have already created a blog for that. Thank you guys. Bye.